When somebody posts something like this on YouTube, it makes you wonder and go check out their videos. And this is what I found.
So they have this theory about the chromosomes and the genes and all this good stuff between the chimp and the human being, okay?
Okay, so we just hope that Good Science for You actually read the scientific information that we have.
And the chimp's got 48, and then the human's got 46, and you know, it's 23 pairs they get from each one of them, and 24 pairs they get from the chimpanzee. And then what they came up with was that there was this theory that humans had 48 chromosomes at one time, and that one of these chromosomes, or two of these chromosomes, decided to merge into one chromosome. I go, okay, show me any place in the entire universe where that's ever happened before.
I'm personally not aware of any other animal had fused chromosomes, but that doesn't mean that it just doesn't happen. However, even if it didn't happen, what Good Science for You thinks it's not how science actually works.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out, with this backward logic and sideways logic, how we got 46 chromosomes over here and they only got 48, and these two are not fused.
Because the other one just didn't need it to fuse. But that's actually a biology 101, so somebody should actually read about it textbook.
So what they do in their drawings is they make the one nice and fat. If you can't see that being sideways logic and total conjecture and guessing and what we call in the old days.
Yes, we would play guessing game if we would sleep in the classroom, like you did. But let me show you the paper where this was actually public. This paper actually speaks of origins of human chromosome number 2. Now, where is your evidence? But first, let's go over the basic of genetics and mutations specifically. There are 3 types for single chromosome mutations, namely deletion, duplication, and inversion, while the 2 chromosomes mutations are insertion and translocation. I really don't want to sound like I'm reading from the book, but this is exactly what we find and we can prove it. Every chromosome consists of telomeres and centromeres. Telomeres are caps that prevent fusion and rearrangement of the DNA, and the centromere is the center of replication. Now going back to human chromosome number 2. Good Science for You wants to prove that this just cannot happen, but it happened, and we have evidence. Here we have the chromosome number 2 of the chimpanzee. Check out the telomeres and centromere position, and check out the every other marking on the chromosome as well. If we were completely unrelated, that would actually mean that the chromosome structure would be completely different. But this actually means that we are closely related and we have the chromosomes exactly the same except for the fusion. Having said that, let's see if there is something left from Good Science for You's argument.
And for some reason there's also, it's a monkey by the way, some kind of great ape, and it's got a tail, of course. They always have tails. Okay, and this is the monkey's breast, and this is the belly. It's pregnant with the human. Oh my God, how could anybody be that stupid? Okay, So anyway, these tales of this stuff is like so outrageous that I can't believe that anybody would fall for this crap. Oh my God, how could anybody be that stupid? And then there was this virus that got in this chromosome somewhere in the same neighborhood on there and on there, okay? So over here they detected as this virus that's in the gene pool, that's in the DNA, supposedly in the same spot, but you don't believe these people half the time what they tell you anyways. I'm going to go...
So Mr. Good Science for You doesn't believe in science at all. He doesn't believe in the technology where we can prove what we are saying. So why is he called Good Science for You then?
Fused chromosome here, it's just a guess.
No, Mr. Good Science for You. Fused chromosome is not just a guess. It's a scientific theory. But you reject science, so what's the point?
A guess is not science.
Science is not a guessing game. Science is detective trail.
And he also goes, well, I don't believe in a deceptive God. That's one of the things he says all the time. I believe in God, but I don't believe in a deceptive God. And this is very logical. There's a primate, fused chromosomes, but I swear to God that was fused. I was there, I saw it. I saw the two become one. Oh my God, how could anybody be that stupid? The monkey got the virus as the human. DNA is very similar. The virus rounded up in the same spot.
Even with that similar DNA structure, it's very unlikely that the ERV markers will be on the same spot, on the same chromosome.
You know what evidence is? Evidence is when you see physical bone transitions in your hand. You can pick them up off the ground and you say, wow, that's evidence. Oh my God, how could anybody be that stupid?
Okay, that's the last time I'm doing this. But let's go back to the previous statement of Good Science for You.
You know what evidence is? Evidence is when you see physical bone transitions in your hand. You can pick them up off the ground and you say, wow, that's evidence.
The form of evidence depends on your field of study. Sometimes it can be DNA, sometimes it can be a gun, sometimes it can be both, sometimes it can be none of those. But according to Good Science for You, the only way that we could be absolutely sure about a murder, for instance, that that guy actually did it, it's not that we can gather evidence after it, but we have to see it by our own eyes, which is actually stupid, since there are 2% or something eyewitnesses of the murder. Does that mean that we have to let go of 98% of the murders that we proved by DNA and other forensic evidence?
I don't believe that a PhD in bullshit has any value to anybody.
I agree with that as well. That's why I go with science. Oh, and...
Oh my God, how could anybody